Hey there, welcome. I'm Coach Tonya, the holistic health practitioner here at Critical Bench. And today I'm giving you a presentation on living holistically. Now, I think I just heard a few eye rolls and I don't blame you, because there was a point in time when I thought, when I heard the word holistic, living holistic, being holistic, it just made me think of massive expense, a lot of time, another full-time job. But I've come around a lot, and when I do this presentation to a group of people who've never heard it before, or who are kind of holistic shopping, if you will, looking for resources and information to find out more about what this is all about and how to do it, and if it's even possible, I make a comparison between living holistically and going to Las Vegas. Stay with me on this, because you can go to Las Vegas and you can stay at 5-star accommodations, eat at all the 5-star restaurants, get front row seats to all the best shows, and really do Vegas high-end, high roller style, the best of everything, lots of money, and have a fabulous time. And there's nothing wrong with that if you can do that, and if that's the way you roll, that's fantastic. Now, you can also go to Las Vegas and still enjoy everything Las Vegas has to offer and have the time of your life on a much more reduced budget. So, if you will, think of being holistic or living holistically or adopting and embracing holistic lifestyle habits kind of in the same fashion. You can go really full out, full on, spend a lot of money, or you can do what you can with what you have and begin to develop new patterns of behavior, making better choices as far as your nutrition, your level of fitness, stress management, time management, all of the above, to actually have a very, I don't want to use the word balanced, because balance goes in this direction or these directions all the time, but just embrace better choices, better options, better behaviors to support a more healthy lifestyle, and one that is more holistic. So here we go. Here's how to live holistically. Well, first of all, this is my family, and this is probably the biggest motivation reason why I've always been interested in nutrition. I've always been very active and physically fit, but when I had my family, it became more, not a higher priority, but a more intense priority. And these three people here are the reason why I really put, my career into how is this possible? How can a mother, a family, with everything that's going on, how can they actually do more of the great things while not giving up all their time or spending all their money, or feeling like they're spending all their money and actually having to give up other things that they really like? So this is my family, and yeah, we all look really happy. There's probably other pictures that we're wringing each other's neck, but for all in all, my three reasons for doing this, and that's my motivation. Whoops, there we go. So it's not food that's making you fat. Well, not exactly. Obviously, we eat food for a number of reasons. The primary reason is that it's our fuel. I mean, food is what fuels us. Vehicles run on gasoline or diesel, and we run on food. Now, there are other reasons why we eat, and that is, emotion, stress, and typically when we're eating in that kind of a mindset, it really isn't the food itself that's making you fat, but your reasons why. So I'm asking you to kind of expand the thinking here, because yes, if you eat the wrong foods, if you eat too much of the wrong foods, or even too much of the right foods, and you consume more calories than what you're burning off, you will inevitably gain weight. However, I'm always asking people to take a step back, especially if they're wanting to live a more holistic lifestyle. So if food in and of itself is not essentially the reason, or what the thing that is making you fat, what is, take a step back and think about what are the reasons why you're eating. Okay, so if you're eating to numb yourself, if you're eating to self-medicate, if you're eating for comfort, it's the reason behind the eating that can lead to that weight gain, because you're going to eat more. You're going to choose foods that, comfort foods that initially feel really good, and usually those foods are loaded with, sugar, trans fats, all kinds of things that really don't support our best health. So ask yourself this question, and if you've got a pen and paper there, write it down, because this is sort of a presentation that afterwards I do encourage people to go through and read notes and answer some of the questions that I'm asking you, because if you're really serious about doing this, you need to ask the questions to come up with the answers to get you going. So why do you eat what you eat when you eat it? So for instance, if you're sitting there right now, maybe munching on a bag of chips or something, why is that? Are you craving salt? Are you really hungry but you just don't feel like making a healthy meal? Did you just have a fight with one of your children or your significant other? Is it the end of the day and you're really tired and you're watching this but you're just kind of snacking? It's sort of a mindless pattern. So when you find yourself actually, whether it's in the car, in front of the television, sitting at your office, just anywhere, even at a restaurant, and you're sort of eating without that awareness, and you stop and take a look at what it is that you're putting into your body. If it's not nutritionally dense, if it doesn't have that POW factor, the POW factor with, really good high quality calories to feed your mind and your body, ask yourself, why am I eating this? Yeah, sure, it tastes good, but is there another reason? Is it just simply, has it become just a pattern? Like when you go out, you get the chicken nuggets and french fries. So very good question and a very good place to start. Now, another thing is, we all have relationships in our lives. We have relationships with our spouse. We have relationships with our children, our parents, our siblings, our neighbors, our coworkers, the lady at the post office, okay? Human existence is based on and around relationships. Well, you also have a relationship with food that started at a very young age. It started at a very young age and it may have shifted or changed as a result of an experience or trauma or something. Something can always come in and change that. But you do have a relationship with food, and another really good question to ask yourself is this relationship that you have with food, is it supporting you and the goals you want to achieve, or is it sabotaging you? So if you're struggling to lose weight, if you find you just don't have energy, you get up, you don't feel as well as you should, you're not sleeping well, you can't focus, you can't concentrate, you're getting headaches and migraines, you got muscle soreness, any or all of those things, plus others, if that is the bulk of how you're feeling most of your days, then chances are that your relationship with food is not supporting what you want to achieve, particularly if you want to achieve a lifestyle that's more holistic, that is more healthy, and that's filled with more of the good choices. So, you're making choices that are your food behaviors, and we do that automatically, almost like breathing and walking. There's things that we do in life that we don't stop to think about. We don't stop to think about breathing in and breathing out. And that can transfer right down to our food choices. Have you ever been in a grocery store and you get to the cashier and you're taking things out of your cart that you don't actually remember putting in, but they're in there and they're kind of in there every week? Okay, that's a food behavior, all right? And these behaviors are a result of your relationship with food. So is it a reward punishment system for you? Because that's a horrible way to live, honestly. If you're using food as a reward or a punishment, you're not actually really looking at food as something that adds value to your life. And when you lose sight of that, it becomes very easy to abuse that relationship, all right? So, and this relationship is built upon your thoughts and belief systems, the BS, that are your truths about food. So again, that's a lot of times where this reward punishment thing comes into. Like if I eat good all week, I can go out this weekend and I can have steak dinner with Caesar salad and I'll get the cheesecake and I'll drink wine. You're setting yourself up for this sort of like prison sentence with food where you think that maybe you're in control, but actually the food's controlling you, right? So we need to sort of start shifting some of these belief systems and see food for what it is. It's our fuel. And yes, it is meant to be enjoyed. You can take a 12-month calendar year and you could actually describe to somebody from another planet a full 12 months here on planet Earth around food, okay? Because we've got Christmases, we've got Thanksgiving, Easter, there's St. Patrick's Day with the green beer, there's birthdays, there's all kinds of things. And food definitely is a cornerstone and a centerpiece for celebration. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that, absolutely. But if you have a very poor, unhealthy relationship with food, those are the moments where you fall off the wagon, for lack of a better word, lose focus, and fall back into old patterns. So if you're someone struggling to lose weight, chances are food has become something of a punishment reward, and holidays, weekends, events become a very high anxiety time for you because they're filled with opportunities to sabotage yourself. But if you're somebody with a very healthy relationship with food and really good supportive food behaviors, you know that you can go to a wedding, you can go to a birthday party, you can enjoy Thanksgiving dinner, and you're not going to overeat, you're not going to overconsume, you're not going to stuff yourself to the point of being sick. And ultimately, at the end of the day, the week, the month, the year, you are still on track with your health and wellness goals. So where does all this come from? This relationship, the behaviors, sabotaging or supporting? Well, you plus food needs to be a happy, healthy relationship. And it's, when I was living and working in New Zealand, that is actually what I told people I did. People say, what do you do? I said, well, I put people and food back into happy, healthy relationships because it's out there and it's everywhere. So if you have a very easy, very less stressful relationship with food, trust me, any health, wellness goals you want to achieve are going to be that much easier for you. So here's just a few things, real foods. And when I talk about real foods, I mean like that perimeter in your grocery store, fruits and vegetables, lean meats. If dairy doesn't bother you, whole milk, dairy products. Grocery stores aren't the enemy. Actually, nothing's the enemy. It's just shifting your mind, shifting that focus. So choose some real foods. And I have these up here, keep calm and eat paleo and go vegan. It's like everything out there has a title and a label. Like, be a vegetarian, you're going to feel that's the answer. Go paleo, that's the answer. Go keto, that's the answer. What I'm going to say about that is I'm not going to 100% back up any of these, but I'm also not going to criticize any of them either, because the reason these are gaining public approval and support is because they are working for some people out there. I know people that are strict vegans, and they're living a very healthy, happy life. It works for them. They're not trying to do it. They're not challenged by it. They're not struggling with it. It's just what they do, and that is their healthy relationship. I know other people that do keto, and I know people sort of in between all over. So it's really, any single one of these is not the answer, okay? It's about finding what works for you, all right? So what foods should you be eating, and more importantly, not eating? Well, what do you like? Let's start there with things that you like, because if you do not like apples, you shouldn't feel like you have to eat apples, okay? If you don't like vegetables, although you should, I'm gonna encourage you to try to learn to love your vegetables. But what do you like? And include a range of whole foods. And you see down here, I have pancakes because that's something that my kids love. They love pancakes. Sunday morning was always pancakes, bacon, and eggs. And some of you out there might be going, oh, there's nothing holistic about it. Well, maybe not that meal specifically in and of itself is holistic, but in our lifestyle, it fits our holistic lifestyle, okay? So here it is. You're all thinking about it, and you're asking inside your head, when is she going to tell us the single best diet to be on? And I do have an answer. This is the diet for everybody, every gender, every age, every walk of life. This is it. You ready? A diet that supports you physically, mentally, and psychologically or emotionally, and is able to help you meet and deal with every single demand you place on it every single day. A diet that allows you to enjoy a quality night's sleep and wake up feeling refreshed and energized, ready to take on the day. A diet that supports stress management, does not induce consistent cravings, but does support a sustainable, healthy weight over your lifetime. It's really that simple. There's no magic formula. You just need to stop trying to fit into a mold of vegan or vegetarian or paleo or keto. Not that there's anything wrong with that. You need to stop and ask yourself, what is my goal? What do I want? Do I need to lose weight? What's the weight I'm trying to sustain? I don't have that energy. What is it that you want to get out of eating better? And then do what works for you. Okay, so if you're waking up tired and feeling crappy and lousy and headachy, your diet isn't working for you. If you can't sleep night after night after night and you can't manage your stress and you're having chest pain, your diet is not working for you. I mean, a lot of other things aren't working for you as well, but food is such an essential foundation element in our lives, and it's really underrated a lot of times. So there you go, the diet. So how do you get started? Well, here's a few quick tips to transition, okay? And there's no big surprise here, but if this is new to you, or if you think, if you're telling yourself, well, I've tried all this and it doesn't work, let me ask you one question. Are you the kind of person who walked home, you went to the fridge, the pantry, and you just cleaned everything out and tried to start, cold turkey? That doesn't work. There's I think it's less than 2% of the population can actually do anything cold turkey. So here's some tips to transition, because it is a process. Even for me, it was a process. First of all, just get real. Again, get real. What do you want to achieve? Because if you don't have that big compelling reason why, how are you ever going to stay motivated on the days when all you want is a piece of chocolate cake? Have a plan that spans a couple weeks, a couple months. So basically start with 1 week. Have 1 week in front of you and just plan it out. Plan out some meals, plan out some snacks, make a grocery list. Okay, that's a very simple thing to do. And if you have it out there written out in front of you and you take it with you, you will follow that. Okay. Again, set realistic goals. Sometimes we're very guilty, myself included, of setting a goal that's so far away and so intense and big that it's just unachievable in the moment where we're at. And a lot of times it's subconsciously a way of self-sabotage. Like, I've got 60 pounds to lose, I'll never do that. I want to lose 30 in the first month. No, you're not going to lose 30 in the first month at all. You'll be lucky if you lose 10. Now, maybe you will, but be very realistic. So is your number one goal, you want to lose 5 pounds by the end of the month, or you want to lose 1 pound a week? Is your goal that you just want to be able to get up and have a lot more energy and do things with your family? So set some very realistic goals, okay? Because when you hit those goals, you need to celebrate them and then set more. We want to keep that momentum going. This one can be very hard for a lot of people, and that's get help. Ask questions, and then ask more questions and better questions. The internet is filled with lots of information. There's lots of great information, there's lots of information, but go to sources that seem to be, accredited, peer-reviewed, getting a lot of attention and support from other, well-knowns in the industry that are saying, hey, this is worth reading, or this is worth looking into. Here's a great challenge to try. Do some research, find some great supporting resources for you. And start replacing poor behaviors with new healthy ones. Not all of them at once, okay? If you're sitting there right now, write down, at least one and up to 5. 1 to 5 things that you know right now that you are doing, a habit, a behavior, a pattern that is actually sabotaging the goals you want to achieve with living healthy and more holistic. So maybe you don't drink enough water. Maybe you don't ever exercise at all. Maybe you just maybe you're a regular at McDonald's, I don't know, or sleeping, whatever it is. Pick one thing and make that the focus. That's something you're going to work on this week, all right? Choose those who will be consistent with you because you want success, and that's motivation. So really, to sum that up, what I mean is tell somebody. Tell somebody that's going to help you hold yourself accountable and who is also going to hold you accountable, okay? Because this holistic process isn't just about, eating well, exercising, family time, stress management, but bring into your fold people that are excited for you, that are going to support you, and that are going to go, hey, just whoa. I thought you were going to be drinking more water. So, tell somebody or tell a few people, because it's not about, giving you heck or criticizing you or punishing you. It's about supporting you, all right? So shift your mind, tell somebody. It's going to help you stay accountable, and those are the people that are going to celebrate you. Make a commitment to move your body at least 3 times a week for even 30 minutes. And that doesn't mean you don't have to run out and buy a gym membership. Maybe you hate the gym. I have thousands of clients that hate the gym, but guess what? They work out 5 times a week, doing other things that they like. Find something that you like, so it doesn't feel like exercise, and you're not telling yourself, well, it's 4:30, I better get my running shoes on because I have to go and work out. No. You can look at your watch and go, oh, it's 4:30. Hey, I'm gonna get my running shoes on because I'm heading out for a bike ride with the kids. Find something that you like and make a commitment to do that at least 3 times a week for 30 minutes. Look at your calendar right now, pull it up on your phone if you've got your phone in front of you, and find 30 minutes 3 times this week that you can move, because I bet you can. Water really is your best friend. Not a lot of us drink as much as we should. A lot of us are walking around dehydrated. A lot of times our cravings are actually, our body asking for water, but we give it food instead. And I'm guilty of this myself. I do need to track my water, because if I don't, the day will get away from me and my water jug is still sitting there. And it's not, I just get so in the zone with my job and whatever projects I'm working on that I just don't stop. A lot of times I don't even stop for lunch. Shh, don't tell anybody that. But really drink more water. And especially if you're a coffee drinker, I'm a big coffee drinker, so that's another reason why I know I need to track my water. I have a little water chart on my desk just to check off the glasses that I drink in a day, and that does help me most days. So just drink more water. You're gonna feel better, your skin's gonna look better, and everything, every cell in your body is gonna function that much better. Okay, inspiration. I love that, it's probably my favorite word. You need to find it in something or someone, because we all need it, and it will get you through those days when you just want to say to heck with it. And you know what? I have lots of those days. I have days I just wake up, I'm like, I am not into it. I don't feel like going to work. I don't feel like work. I'm just not into it today, and my head's not there. Okay, and we all have days like that. But if you have that one thing or two things that give you inspiration, that is going to be your motivation to remind you of your why. Why are you doing this? Why do you want this? And that's what's going to help you take those first few steps. And trust me, once you get moving, you're going to get back into it pretty quick. All right. Be kind, be fair, and believe in yourself, okay? Don't expect perfection. I mean, what is perfection? Who wants it? If everything was perfect, what a boring place this would be, right? Be kind to yourself, especially if this is new and you're just starting out with trying to do better. Be kind, be fair, so setting realistic goals, being very realistic, and just believe in yourself, believe you can do it. And that's also where those accountability and support people come in, all right? That is my whole spiel on living holistically. It's about getting very real about what you want, setting realistic goals, creating a better relationship with food by changing some behaviors that you need to, that you know are sabotaging you. It's not about deprivation or excluding things that you like. Yes, you can have a piece of cake. Yes, you can have an ice cream. But holistic to me is being able to have a very happy life that allows you to balance the imbalance of it all at times, to have joy, to have quality time with family and friends, to have lots of energy, to get well rested, to feed your body and brain the best you can, so that you can enjoy those little things, because that's what life is all about. We're here to enjoy life and to be successful and have fun. So holistic isn't just about going out and shopping at Whole Foods or whatever organic food market and only ever buying that. It's about being very realistic, about creating a lifestyle for you that is going to completely up your game in health and wellness, and allow you to enjoy that for a very, very long time. All right, thank you so much for joining me today. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Any comments or questions you have for me, please put them down below. Again, I'm Coach Tonya, the holistic health practitioner here at Critical Bench. Have a wonderful, happy, healthy, and holistic day.